European Endometriosis League MasterClass, held in these days in Poland, in Kraków, is organized by Department of Gynecology and Gynecological Oncology of University Hospital. We have invited 21 participants from all over the Europe and 6 international world well-known experts in field of diagnosis and treatment of endometriosis who served state-of-the-art service for our 5 patients with advanced endometriosis.
Most important thing that we have to address nowadays is the pre-surgical diagnosis of the disease. So if we talk about endometriosis, we should not start to treat it without exactly knowing the extent of the disease. And this includes medical and surgical treatment, and especially in surgical treatment, it is optimal when we start a surgery already knowing exactly what is going to happen. So the idea is to go for one single surgery which is complete and to not have surprise surgeries. And the idea of the masterclass is that we train younger surgeons in that idea, and that we train them how to have a proper pre-surgical diagnosis and how to bring all the information together to have a good treatment in combination with medical and surgical treatment, but just once in a lifetime. That would be the ideal way, and this needs a lot of training, and that's why we think that small group training, like we can do it here today, is very important.
The aim of this masterclass and the EEL activities is to promote surgical training. So there are various training programs in Central Europe. There are ESGE training programs, there are programs from national societies, but they're of varying intensity, of varying number of participants. And I think the unique asset of this masterclass is that we do have a limited number of participants, which is our focus, to have a restricted number of people already with advanced laparoscopic skills, who will have the possibility to have a face-to-face, eye-on-eye, person-to-person teaching experience, watch complicated surgeries, have a direct exchange whilst the surgeon performs the surgeries, thereby creating an atmosphere of hopefully inspiration and excellent teaching of surgical expertise.
So I had the chance to participate in both in European Endometriosis League masterclasses in Kraków and also in trainee program in Hamburg. It was a great opportunity to meet the best endometriosis specialists from around Europe. I was watching them working. I was assisting them to the surgeries. We could exchange our experiences. We could discuss patient diagnosis, treatment. So I'm sure my patient will definitely benefit from my learning, and I will be able to provide them better care. And I not only learned a lot, but also went back home inspired and motivated to learn more, to read more about this complex disease.
We have to build the network of specialists, multidisciplinary, not only gynecologists, but surgeon, oncosurgeon, urologist, gastroenterologist, psychiatrist, to build the interdisciplinary team to cooperate. This is the huge event who gives us experience to share our knowledge.
So I think this meeting is very important because there we can discuss the modern trends in the treatment of endometriosis. And now in the Ministry of Health, we are working on a special program on endometriosis because, as everybody knows, the normal time from the first signs to the diagnosis is 5 to 8 years. So if it's possible to shorten the time of diagnosis for 2 or 3 years, it will be the great success. The great success in 2 ways. The first way, those women will not be ill so long. And the second, the earlier diagnosis will produce the smaller disease, which is very important. And I hope after all those discussions, we would be better prepared for those work.
I think EEL MasterClass is a very useful event in terms of scientific cooperation and also in terms of education of our colleagues interested in this field. And this initiative of EEL is quite popular. So we see a lot of interest from our colleagues, even decision-making people like politicians are very interested. And I think this will help us to build up a very motivated and very, very keen to cooperate a specialist in the field. And we would like to increase the awareness of endometriosis and also to increase the quality of endometriosis surgery, endometriosis care, and research dealing with endometriosis. And for me, as a Hungarian coming from the Semmelweis University of Budapest, is a special thing to be here, because I have very lot in common with Polish colleagues. So we really want to collaborate on several levels, mostly on scientific fields. We try to set up basic and clinical research projects together. So I'm really looking forward to this cooperation, and I'm very happy to be here.
When we come together with all the colleagues and younger fellows, we create a network, and this network is ongoing because we are all in contact. And then, of course, we have to see if what we train is something that we also bring to the ORs and to the hospitals across Europe. And then it would be great to measure finally results. And this could be, for example, that we have a shorter delay in diagnosing endometriosis, that we have better surgeries which are complete without complications. But yes, it's difficult to measure that. But we need to start creating a network. And this starts with the young people, with the residents, with the consultants, and then they will pass the information to their teams. And I think this is the way we can build a good network within the European countries.
1 month ago, I was in Kenya for an ultrasound workshop, and 2 years ago, somebody was telling me there's no endometriosis in Africa. And we scanned over there more than 90 patients, and we found a huge amount of endometriosis. So I think endometriosis is a disease that affects all women all over the world. So I don't think there is any difference between Poland or Germany or other continents.
Even though endometriosis is an absolutely multifactorial disease, and it is affecting on different levels, it has to be regarded as an entity. And this only allows us to develop pathways of diagnosis and of treatment, because otherwise we subdivide it into too many under aspects that we have difficulties in getting a proper management of this debilitating disease of people at young age.
This kind of meeting is helping us to create community where we can discuss and share our experience. Watching and participating in complicated surgeries help us to improve our surgical skills. We can see how the experts deal with the hardest cases. I think it's very important to raise awareness of endometriosis in Poland.
These 3 days of extensive lectures and surgical demonstration may have a chance to put a tremendous impact in our knowledge and in consciousness how difficult and how severe this disease could be. We all very hope that this meeting is the first one, but not the last one, and also the beginning of a regular training pathway, which hopefully may end it in substantial improvement of clinical knowledge and skills of our colleagues who deal with patients with endometriosis, especially those who present this advanced stage of disease.